day class, welcome again to our UCSP class. This is now our module number 10 for week number 13. And we're almost done with our core subject, Understanding Culture, Society, and Politics. We only have at least 3 more to go or 2 more to go, and we're all going to be done to our subject matter. And now for our module number 10, let's talk about the social stratification. For these learning objectives, we're going to understand their specific role in society in accordance to their social class. Secondly, you will be motivated to step up from one social class to another. And lastly, of course, we want to avoid the prejudices against other social classes. So this time, we're going to talk about the social stratifications. Part of that we should understand that the society, universally speaking, we have this so-called stratified social classes. What does it mean? Social stratification mean? Okay, it came from the word strata, which means layer. All right, just like an egg or just like our planet Earth, we have a different kinds of layer: the atmosphere, the thermosphere, all those spheres, and of course also with the society as well. There are different kinds of layer in the society which we are probably unaware or unconsciously, but they exist universally. Okay, so there's a layer in the society that we should understand, and we should also re-evaluate ourselves which part of the layer do we belong in this society. Now, stratification means just layering, different kinds of layers. That's like these pictures. As you can see, there are different kinds of layers here from the upper class, the middle class, and the lower class. So there are different kinds of layers. Of course, this is not just, but this is the general classes in the society. How does stratification relate to society? We're going to answer this specific question as we go on in this module number 10. Social stratification, by definition, is the institutional and social processes that define certain types of occupations and good as socially desirable. So there are different institutions that we know in society: the educational, the academic, the business, the forces, the government, and the farmers, the agriculture, and different kinds of institutions that we can recognize ourselves in the society. And of those I mentioned, different kinds of institutions, probably they are divided or they are grouped into different category of social stratification. Now, stratification also means is the hierarchical structures of class and status in any society. If you are a student, that's your social status. If you are a businessman, that is your social status. It is, remember the 2 kinds of statuses in society, the ascribe and the achieve status. When we talk about ascribe, this is it is not, it is given unto us. It's our privilege. If you came to a monarchy family, then you will inherit the royal blood. So that's your ascribe status. But in the society, when we talk about achieve status, it is something that you earn from hard labor, from hard work, and from your achievements, from the word itself. Achievement, your educational attainment, your work progress, and everything that you do to achieve your desired goal. Okay, so we should recognize that there is a hierarchy in society. There is such thing as the lower class, the middle class, and the upper class. So by this time, you can re-evaluate yourselves which part of the society do you belong. It is a system by which society ranks categories of people in a hierarchy. So we recognize that. Okay, so or even we don't recognize it, there is a hierarchy. There is someone who is higher, and there is someone in the middle, and there's also someone in the lower class. In a simple term, those who are rich are in the upper class. Those who are poor are in the lower class. And in the middle ground, So, yung mga katam-kataman lang, the businessman, the merchants, the owner, but not totally in control of or their influence is much lower than the higher class or the upper class. Okay, there are the fundamental principles of stratification. Number one, social stratification is a characteristic of a society, not just due to individual differences. So when we talk about society, it is a group of people interacting to one another. So we don't, it is a characteristic, katangian talaga siya ng society. Whether you believe it or not, it is the characteristic of society. Katangian niya yan eh. It is their identity as a society. When we talk about society, we have different society. From one country to another, from one town to another. So we have these different kinds of social stratification as far as society is concerned. Secondly, social stratification persists over generations yet. Most societies allow some sort of social mobility or changes in people's position in a system of social stratification. So it's over generations yet. So it's not over yet. Okay, so it is passed down from one generation to another. It is universal, but it is not stagnant. It changes over time. Okay, later we're going to talk about the social mobility. That there is a chance from one class, you're going to upgrade yourselves to another class, from lower class to middle class, and probably if we can still can from middle class to the higher class. So according to this, social mobility may be upward, downward, or horizontal, or vertical. Okay, so that's social stratification or social mobility. You can move upward or you can also move downward. Okay, if you are a very successful person and then part of your right, you hit your bottom rock and then instead of going up, you went down. It is a possibility. Okay, and then social stratification, again, as I said earlier, is universal but variable. It changes. And social stratification involves both inequality and beliefs. Okay, so yeah, the way people are being categorized from lower and upper class and then middle class, so it means there is an inequality. They as far as power, authority, influence, wealth, educational attainment, and everything about the society and the individual in the society. Now, there are three major premises of stratification. Number one is power, the ability to impose one's will on others. Okay, so when we talk about power, it means your influence. Okay, so how people follow you, the authority you establish as a person, if the people are listening to you, are following to you, and of course your wealth also serves as your power. Okay, your property, your fame, so that's your power that influence others. Okay, so the ability to impose one's will on others. Okay, and then the second is the prestige, the respect given by others. Okay, that not everyone can be treated as equal. Okay, as far as prestige is concerned. If you want to be respected, then you should also respect others in order to get this prestige. And to get this influence or the prestige, so it's really you really need to have that kind of name which is so popular to many. And lastly, the property, the forms of wealth. Okay, we talk about the wealth in the land, the money, and everything that includes your property, your assets, and even your liabilities. Okay, so there are social class differences. We should determine that in wealth there are social stratification. Merong mahirap, merong mayaman, merong tamtaman. That's wealth. Dapat aware tayo dyan na hindi lahat mayaman, hindi lahat ay mahirap. Okay? At mayroon na naman na katamtaman. According yan sa category or social stratification ng society. Letter B, of course, we are stratified according to gender. There's male, there's female, and as this modern world progress, sabi ko kanina, it changes kapag meron na tayong LGBTQ at iba't ibang klase pang mga gender. But as far as is concerned, there's only 2. But pag tingnan nyo nga yung gender option, at least if you are a US, yung mga US Facebook users and the European Facebook users, sa atin sa Philippines, when we choose our gender sa Facebook, dalawa lang, either male or female. But pag dating sa US, the Europe and other countries, napakadaming option ng ng gender. So, pag dun pa lang, we are being satisfied. There are male, there are female, there are female, she-male, there are she-male, and she-female, or, yeah, iba't ibang klaseng gender. And letter C is what we call, of course, the age. It is given. Not everyone has also have the same age, okay? So, merong 1 year old, 2 years old, 3 years old, hanggang ganyan. The average lifespan of the people as of now is 69 years old. But that's the average, okay? So, ano pa yun? We are being stratified pagdating sa tinatawag nating edad. Letter D is physical characteristics. Kaya meron tayong black, yellow, white people. So, because that is how society differentiate us. Kaya until now, may sasabi sila, kagaya ng pinag natin before, and which later on, I will also discuss that, yung the power of also the physical characteristics. Okay? And then letter E is the race, the ethnic group, birth, or family name. Okay? So yun yung ating lahi, yung ating origin. At even our surname, that pag sinabing, ganitong apelido mo, kilala ka, makapangyarihan ka, influential tong tao na ito, di ba? Pag sinabing Revilla, pag sinabi nating Pacquiao sa panahon ngayon, sinabi nating mga Arroyo, Osmeña, so yun yung talagang, matataas na tao yan. Pero yung mga commoners lang, like us, yung mga apelido natin, so mga common people lang tayo sa society. But there are names that really, they already established their prestige, dun sa upper class, pag sinabi ko itong apelido. Okay? So, the race, pag sinabi ng Tagalog, mga Mungyan, Batanggenyo, Pangasinense, Bisaya, Cebuano, Pagkalato, at iba't iba pang mga races dito sa Pilipinas or mga tribes sa Pilipinas. Sabi natin mga English, Dutch, Filipinos, Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, the Russians. So, magkakaiba tayo. We are being categorized. Kapag nga sinabi natin Americans agad, they are a powerful country. They are powerful people. Pag sinabi natin Filipinos, they are just ordinary people. But, yung sabi natin before is being the xenocentric and ethnocentric attitude. Ethnocentric, and pag sinabi ethnocentric, mataas tingin mo sa iyong kultura. Pero if you are being xenocentric, mababa ang tingin mo naman sa ibang kultura. Okay? So, of course, letter F and lastly is the intelligence and education. Okay? So, we have this common stereotype sa ating society na kapag ikaw ay, if you do not finish your study, then the people will look down on you. Yun yung established sa society, but it's not always correct. Because not everyone na nakapagtapos are successful or were successful, but also not everyone who finished their education also became successful. Okay? But there are also people who didn't finish their education and yet they also became successful in their lives. But commonly in the society, ganun tingnan tayo ng society. Kaya nga sabi ng mga magulang na nagpapadala sa mga kanilang mga anak at estudyante, anak, mag-aral ka kasi ito lang ang tanging yaman na nakamana ko sa iyo. Kasi dahil ang tingin ng society ng mga taong hindi nakapag-aral ay mababa. Okay? So, pag sinabing hindi ka nag-aral, sabi mga ibang magulang, sige, magiging classical driver ka din, magiging farmer ka din. So, stigma yun eh. Kaya nga, gusto i-break yung ganong stereotype na yun or stigma ng society na kapag hindi nakapag-aral ay mababa agad ang estado sa lipunan. So, that's not always correct. Okay? And then, let us talk about the common parts of class system. Said earlier, stratification means layering. Okay, let's go to the top layer, which is the upper class. The upper class in modern societies, which is today, is the social class composed of the wealthiest members of society who also wield the greatest political power. They have the large large owners, mga pagmamayari ng malalaking mga kumpanya like Henry C., si Lucio Tan, at iba pang mga personalities na pagmamayari ng Caltex, ng Phoenix, ng Shell, yung mga big companies pa. Na alam natin, the Globe, the Smart, mga telecompanies. So, they are considered as upper class because they are so wealthy, okay? And then, highly successful professionals, okay? The highly successful professionals like sila, Manny Pangilinan, at kaya sila yung mga top wealthiest persons in the Philippines, okay? And of course, kasama din ng ating Senator Manny Pacquiao because he is also a professional boxer, okay? And then of course, the top government officials, okay? So it is common that we consider those officials in the upper class layer of the society, especially yung mga national leaders natin, the senators, the president, the vice president, and even the governors, but of course, the local, not everyone in the local are rich persons are in the upper class. Okay, so those are the upper class people in the society. Of course, let's talk about the middle class. The middle, ibig sabihin, yung gitna. Okay, so hindi sila ganun kayaman, hindi rin sila ganun kahirap. It refers to professionals, highly skilled workers, small industry owners, farm owners, entertainers, overseas contract workers, and small business entrepreneurs whose incomes provide a comfortable lifestyle. So, pag sinabing professionals ka, like if you're a professional teacher, if you graduated in the collegiate level, you are already a bachelor, therefore you will be considered as middle class already. From lower class to middle class. Kung kunyari, individual lang muna. Kung kay anak, biglang ikaw ay nagkaroon ng trabaho, natapos ka sa pag-aaral mo, so iyong social class ay tataas. So being an anak, being a student, you will become a professional. So that is in middle class. So, hindi sila ganun kayaman, of course, hindi rin sila ganun kahirap. So they are the people working in progress. Actually, before, there are only two, commonly sa Paris or sa English, there are only two classes in society, the proletariat and the bourgeoisie. Okay, I don't know if you really have pronounced it well, but sa Tagalog, in layman's term, the rich and the poor. So wala pa yung tinatawag nating middle class. So sa inyong ating ancient or the classical social society natin, only the rich and the poor. Okay? So, dalawa lang talaga. Kaya yung mga farmers, even farmer owners, and then later on lang, the time of Renaissance, I think, if I'm not mistaken, ay nagkaroon na ng tinatawag nating middle class, and commonly, they are the merchants. Okay, dahil the merchants ay came only to the lower class and given the opportunity because of their business that they transact sale to other people, they improve their class from the lower class to the middle class. Okay? So, yun eh. At kapag nag-iiba yung property mo, yung wealth mo, yung attainment mo, yung achievement mo, so you're moving up from one class to another. Okay? So, lastly, the lower class. It comprises the farm employees, unskilled and skilled artisans, service workers, lowly paid clerks and office workers, daily paid casuals and seasonal workers, the underemployed and indigent families, the mendicants, the rural and urban poor, and those engaged in the underground economy. So basically, if you are a worker, yung mga kontrakto lang or just a casual, hindi pa talaga sila regular. So according to this definition, they are still in the lower class kasi hindi pa ganun ka-stable yung kanilang kita. And then they are lowly paid, okay? They are not under the minimum wage. So it can be unskilled and skilled artisans, so yung mga unexperienced and even experienced. At because of their educational background or their status, hindi pa sila ganun equally or nabibigyan ng treatment in accordance to their status in their society. So, yun po yan, the lower class. And mainly, the lower class are the people in the under economy society, such as the poor, the beggars. So, yun yung mga yan. Okay? So, now, let's talk about the two kinds of class system. Okay? We should understand na meron palang dalawang klase at least na class system. Number one is the open class system. The word itself, open. Naming open natin bukas yan. At it has the opportunity to move from one level to another. Okay? Pwede itong pababa, pwede itong pataas. Kaya nga siya open class system. Okay? According to, by definition ng social mobility, ay nagkakaroon ng social change, movement. It can be upward or downward. Okay? So, bukas yan. Ibig sabihin, pwede kang from lower class, pwede kang mag-move up dahil ikaw ay nakapagtapos na pag-aaral, middle class, and then kapag ikaw ay sobrang talaga yumaman dahil sa iyong pagkatsaga, pagpapagal, and sa iyong success, at ikaw ay mag-move up ngayon sa upper class. Okay? But to this illustration, meron tayo iba pang mga ibang classes. The underclass, the working poor, the working classes, the lower middle class, the upper middle, and the upper class. Okay, so, kakaiba to, itong class system na ito. Kasi marami pa siyang category, marami pa siyang layer. Pero pag sinimplify na natin siya, just upper, the middle, and the lower class. Okay? So, open siya dahil you have the opportunity to move up or also to move down if you became, if you failed in your social class. Okay? Of course, the second is the opposite of this is the closed class system. The word itself, close. Hindi, people here have no opportunity to move up or to move down. They are status quo. Doon lang talaga sila. Stagnant. Okay? At ano yung mga ganitong sistema? Okay, ito yung mga traditional. Like for example, the Hindu caste system in India. Okay? Commonly practiced in India. Meron silang mga tawag na in the lower ground or in the lower ground, the Shudras, the lower class of farmers and those who serve the other classes. And then after that, the second level is the Vaishyas, the business class. And next dyan ay yung Kshatriyas, okay? Okay, ito was Kshatriras, okay? The warrior class. Sila yung mga noble warriors, mga tagapagtanggol, or the forces, the counterpart natin, mga PNP, mga AFP, the Marines in our ating counterpart. And of course, at the top ng Hindu caste system, the Brahmins, people closest to God, yung mga priests, kaya sila yun. Kaya sila, kapag pinanganak silang warrior, because they came from a warrior family, so, yung family na yun will serve and will give honor lang as a warrior. Doon lang sila. Hindi sila pwedeng maging priest. Hindi sila pwedeng maging businessman. Dedicated yung kanilang family doon lang sa warrior service. Okay? Pag yung ganoon din naman yung mga business class. They are inborn na mga businessmen and women, and also they will die as businessmen and women. So, yun lang yung kanilang status sa society. And ito yung mas masaklap, okay? If you born a poor, you will die poor. Okay? The Shudras, the lowest class system sa Hindu system. Okay? But according to them, of course, hindi naman to yung poor na alam natin sa mga urban poor area. Yung mga beggars, yung mga street children, yung mga abandoned, the widows, and hindi sila yun. Sa kanila, ang natawag natin yung mga lower class or the lowest class ay yung mga farmers nila, at ay mga peasants, at ay yung mga, basta yung mga commoners sa society. They are not poor the way we understand poor. Okay? So, ganun yung closed system. You will be born according to your class system. Yung ascribed status na natawag natin. Yun na ikaw. Pag pinanganak ka, yun ka na. Hanggang sa mamatay ka, yun ka na. Unlike sa open class system, if you galing ka sa pamilya na mahirap, you still have the opportunity to move up, and maybe someday you'll get rich. Okay? Dito sa closed class system, wala kang choice. It is what it is. It is who you are, as who you are in society, as far as closed class system is concerned. Okay, now let's talk about sa ating local context. By way of illustration, of course, let's go to our own country, the Philippines. Okay, let us talk about the Philippines stratification system. Who are the upper class, the middle class, and in the lower class in the Philippines? Okay, so let's talk about the upper class. The Filipino upper class, it is composed of people who by birth can trace their Occidental and Oriental ancestry. Okay, so yun na yung mga galing sa mga lahi ng mga mayayaman. So yung pagaling sa C, sa mga Aquino, sa mga Arroyo, sa mga Marcos. So yun na yung tinatawag natin talagang mga upper class. Most of them are landed aristocracy. Yung mayayaman talaga, aristocrat. Politicians, the new rich corporate owners and members of corporate community. Also, they preserve their class identity, try to inbreeding and by sending their children to the best schools and universities to maintain exclusive interaction among them for business and social connection. Okay, so that's actually the purpose why these rich people are sending their children to exclusive schools like Ateneo, De La Salle University, or in abroad sa Oxford, sa Harvard, sa Cambridge, and sa iba pang mga schools international because of the opportunity to connect with other rich people. Yung mga rich kid na mga anak din ng mga mayayamang mga tao is a possible connection para magkaroon sila ng connection in the near distant future as a business partners. And of course, yung minemaintain nila talaga dito, yung kanilang pangalan, okay? Yung kanilang pangalan na wag mabahid ng masama. Okay, but they maintain the reputations that they already build as a rich person or a people in authority, like mga politicians, para hindi sila matalo sa kanilang future. Of course, let's talk about the Filipino middle class. Who are they in the Philippines? People who are successful in business, politics, and the military profession. The soldiers, the AFP, the PNP, the Marines, so sila yung mga middle class, okay? At least they are successful in their expertise, field of expertise. At least they are bachelor people, or some are the other way around, people who graduated in college and successful in their personal career, like teachers, artists, and journalists, or in the performing art. Bureaucrats who are impersonal and formal in their behavior, and they draw their salaries from profit and non-profit organizations. They buy professional skills and manages labor, and also basically voices. Mga voices sila, ibig sabihin, nandun lang talaga sila. They work, they were being paid, but they are not influential people. They're just being successful in their career, but not really influential, or yung kanilang influence maliit pa lang. Unlike the upper class talaga, they are known nationwide, or yung kanilang sphere of influence ay malawak. Unlike sa middle class, dun lang talaga sa kanilang workplace. Alright? So those are the Filipino middle class. Of course, lastly, the Filipino lower class. The Filipino lower class, according to our own context, is composed of permanently unemployed, underemployed, or working poor people. The poor families are financially incapable to buy the basic needs for survival. Kaya hindi man lang maka-afford to eat 3 times a day ng kanilang mga meal. And the majority of those poor families live in the Visayas and Mindanao region. Sabi nila, okay, so but I don't believe in this part, okay, na nasa Visayas and Mindanao region. I do not believe that. Okay, so according to this article na aking nakuha. Okay, but of course, yun yung tatawag nating mga Filipino lower class. Okay, mga underemployed at mga unemployed mga tao. Pag sinabi natin unemployed, mga tambay. So yun po yan. Underemployed, hindi sila talaga ganun nakakuha ng opportunity to work. Okay? Underemployed, ibig sabihin hindi pa sila nakakuha ng work talaga, na stable. Okay? Now, let's talk about social mobility. Social mobility is the process by which people change their status within a community. So, ito yung social mobility. Kanyang counterpart, of course, is the immobility. Okay? But this mobility, of course, is the process. Pag sinabi natin yung process, ito ay step by step. You're gonna work for it until you achieve the upper status. Okay? So, paano ba tayo mag-change ng status? If you are a student and you want to be a forever student, so keep on studying. Pahabain mo yung pag-aaral. But if you want to become successful someday, at least, gusto mong bago yung social status, at least, finish your education and magkakaroon ka ng moral boost sa sarili mo because meron ka na at least na ipagmamayabang na meron na akong achievement. Okay? I finished my study. Alright, so now, can people overcome their social position as determined by their birth? Pwede nga ba? Okay? Nating ma-overcome if you are pinanganak sa mahirap na family, do you want to stay that way? Okay? So, you have to work really hard in order for you to overcome that ascribed status so that someday you are going to move up from one class to another. Right? So, always aim for the achieved status. Even if you are a rich kid, all right? If you belong to a rich family, try to achieve your own social status. Do not rely only to the status that came from your family or the ascribed status that came from your family. Make your own identity as far as social status is concerned. Does it matter what kind of society that person live in or why or why not? Alright, these are just reflective questions. Just answer it personally. And let's talk about meritocracy. A social system in which positions are given to people according to individual ability or work. From the word itself, merit, okay? Or gawa, pinaghirapan. So, meritocracy. At ito yung society na, okay, you work hard for it, so this is the right status for you, from meritocracy. Like the aristocracy, they are the people who are born with a golden or silver spoon. Okay? So, factors that influence social mobility and status. Ano nga ba yung pwedeng mag-influence natin in order for us to move from one social status to another? Number one is land or ownership. Kung ikaw ay maraming property o maraming lupa at for example, our relatives sa Salcedo, hindi sila ganun kilala sila for having a lot of properties, even us, mga Castillo, but not really because we earned that, but it's part of the family. At malaking bagay, kung marami kang property, ay it will serve as your asset. Okay? So, secondly is the political dynasty or membership. Right, so if you belong to a political family, yung dynasty na yun, of course, kilala yung parents for being a politician. So, yeah, probably one day you'll also become a politician. Thirdly, of course, the common is the education. At least, again, if you try to finish, or do not just try, but really finish your educational experience or your life, alright, and then achieve it, and you're going to have a different status. And it's not just a status, but a upgrade status for you. Alright? So, kaya ako, I never stop studying because I really want to move up as far as educational is concerned. I want to learn more, right? So, achievements. you achieve more sa sports, sa larangan ng sports, if you achieve more, i-focus sa sport area, you'll become famous, at then someday people will sponsor you, will support you in your endeavor as an athlete, then isikat ka, yaman ka, at ikaw ay aangat sa iyong buhay, sa iyong social status. If you're a teacher, if you're a farmer, hindi ka lang dati ikaw ay farmer, but dahil sa iyong magkatsaga, you became a farm owner, a land owner. So, yung mga achievements ng mga bagay na yun, it depends upon how you deal with it, so how you manage it, how you do it, how you take care of it, how you become a good steward of everything that you have. Okay, so naman yung skills, trying to cultivate it and use it to achieve more, so that you'll also achieve a higher status in life someday. Alright, so now, of course, kagaya na sabi ko kanina, certification also serves social inequality. Social inequality is the inability of some people and the success of others to attain access to the privileges, rewards, or assets of society. The more sophisticated a society is, the more ways its members are divided and classified. When I say sophisticated, at yung talagang yung they are hunger sa pag the rich became or becomes richer, and the poor becomes poorer. Okay, so yung mga sophistication na yan, no? Ganun. Walang unity. Alright? So, more na lang. Focus lang sa prestige, power, sa authority, sa influence, sa wealth. Okay? That has brainstorm ways a person may experience inequality from his or her peers or from the larger world. Kaya nga tayo mayroon na natawag ng different kinds of isms. Okay? Like racism, at iba pang mga classicism. So, yun yung mga school of thoughts that divide people, that eto ka at eto ka. Alright? So, if you're racist, therefore, binibigyan mo lang ng premium yung own race, and the other race are not as equal as your race. Kaya nga, until today, yung conflict between the white and the black people in America, in particular, are still ongoing because of the fact that the white people are powerful and the black people are criminal. So, ganyan yung mga stigma. Alright? Kaya, yung mga ism na yan, even mga philosophies na yan, they divide us into different kinds of isms at different kind of school of thoughts. Okay? There are conditions for social inequality. Well, iba't-iba tayo ng yaman. Okay? Occupation, iba't-iba tayo ng work. Personal credentials, iba't-iba tayo ng mga na-achieve sa buhay. And post-secondary education, iba't-iba tayo ng mga napag-aralan sa buhay. Okay? So, yung mga bagay na yan also can divide us. And if not really taken carefully, will also give a negative effect in the society. So, hindi naman pwedeng walang mga nasa lower class. Kasi kung walang lower class, if you imagine this, and I think God is, this is the wisdom of God as far as the society is concerned. Kung wala yung mga nasa lower class, sino yung magtatanim? Sino yung mga magbubukid? Sino yung mga mag-drive for the transportation ng tao? Sino yung mga farmers na magtatanim ng mga bigas para sa atin, ng mga gulay, ng mga farmers sa mga animals, raising for our food. Probably kung lahat ay mayaman, walang balance yung society. Hindi mo pagkala yung mga mayaman, because mayaman, they are renting people, alright, paying people to work for them. They don't work like the work of the common workers in the society, lalo na sa mga lower class. That's the wisdom. Despite of the division or the layer in society, it also gives balance to our society. Alright? So, kung lahat ay teacher, wala ng student, sino tuturuan ng mga teacher? So, that's the basic logic to that. Okay? So the isms is creating distinction like ageism, ableism, sexism, racism, and classism. Placing value on some over other based on those characteristics. Yung mga ism na yan, supposedly, will help us to understand people, but if not understood carefully, it will divide us. Alright, the different kind of school of thought. So we should understand both the other side, both sides, and not just the one side of the coin. Remember, a coin has a two sides. Also the society. We need to look over the other and not just the other one. Right? So that's it for us this week for the social stratification for module number 10, week number 13 of understanding culture, society, and politics. It's all about the layers in the society, such as the upper class, the middle class, and the lower class. And I hope you as an individual, I'm hoping that you do not stay in the lower class, but someday, my students, our students, try, not just try, but really pursue to finish your study, because what we want for you is a brighter future to move up from one society to another. You do that by the grace of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Now, for our weekly assessment, here is your activity. I want you to identify the persons who are in the different categories of social class system in the Philippines. Give at least 10 persons to each class system. Okay, pwede siyang person or pwede siyang profession. Okay? Sino yung mga 10 tao na kilala ninyo na nasa upper class? Sino yung 10 tao na kilala ninyo na nasa middle class? At sino yung 10 tao kilala ninyo na nasa lower class? Again, this is in the Philippines. Do not get other people from other countries. Only in the Philippines. Pwedeng kapitbahay nyo, pwedeng nationwide, pwedeng local lang, or experience sa pansod lang. Pwede naman yun. Okay? It's up to you. Basta ma-identify ninyo alin dito o sino dito ang nasa upper class, middle class, at saka nasa lower class. Alright? Again, if you have questions, if you have clarifications, do not hesitate to contact me to the following software applications, and also contact me to my phone number. Okay, please again be mindful to your module activities and or assessment, and